I am a soul anyway. Yes. So am I not a soul in the copper age or in the iron age? No. I am a soul in the copper age. I am a soul in the iron age. I am a soul in all the four ages. I am a soul in the soul world. But the thing is, from the copper age to the iron age, I am a body conscious soul. Yes. So I am a body conscious soul. I am anyways a soul, but I am a body conscious soul. And in this diamond age, Baba comes and makes me soul conscious. And it doesn't matter who you are. What matters is what consciousness are you in. Yes, because your consciousness decides your reality. Yes, the thing is, so the power of consciousness, this is something to be understood. So you understand that in the copper age also you are a soul, in the iron age also you are a soul. But where is the soul power? So when I am a soul, and by definition I am God's child, I am the master ocean of peace and love and purity, obviously, right? We are God's children, so this is my quality. I am eternal. I have a mind, buddhi and sanskar. I am the master. But all these powers, all these capacities that come with soul consciousness are lost when we become body conscious. So even when I am a soul, if I am not soul conscious, then I cannot be the master of spiritual power. Yes, and this is a very important thing to understand, because it's the power of consciousness that's working. So you can only have the power of something that you're conscious about. These days there is a lot of this talk about mindfulness. Yes, so in Buddhism they talk about mindfulness. Now what is mindfulness? Mindfulness is another word for consciousness. Now they say that when you're drinking a cup of tea or you're drinking a glass of juice and you're mindful that you're drinking this glass of juice and it is doing a lot of good to your body, then that mindfulness helps more than the juice. Yes, and there is this thing, in science which is called the placebo effect. And they say that even when you are taking some ordinary sweet pills, but it has been put into your consciousness, into your awareness, that this is the most difficult to procure medicine which can treat you completely. So if somebody has told you that I am giving you the medicine which is very, very difficult to procure, and you're going to get absolutely well eating this medicine, and when you eat it, it's just a sugar pill, but then it can heal you. Through what? Through the power of consciousness. So you see, it's this mindfulness, this consciousness is very important. But the thing is, you see, if you're conscious about a medicine, even if you take a sweet pill thinking it's a medicine, it gets the power of a medicine. You drink plain water and you think that this is healing water, it heals you. Now Baba tells us that, in the world, they can teach you how to be mindful of juices and herbs and, medicines and this and that. They can teach you the power of being conscious about these things. Yes, but nobody can teach you soul consciousness. And what is so extraordinary, so exemplary about soul consciousness? Because you see that the soul is eternal. Yes, the soul is eternal. And when you know that you are a soul, when you are in soul consciousness, then you can feel the power of knowing that you are eternal. Yes, the power lies in the being, but the power also lies in the knowing of the being. Yes, so I am an eternal soul, yes, but now I know that I am an eternal soul, and that is very powerful. Yes, so, and when you hold this knowing in your awareness all the time, then it becomes a part of your consciousness. And then the benefits of soul consciousness flow. So when you are, when you're soul conscious that I'm an eternal star, eternal being of light, I'm deathless, then what is the benefit of that which will flow? So the benefit is you will become absolutely free from fear. Yes, you will become absolutely free from fear. And that's the power of soul consciousness, one of the powers. Yes, but have you become absolutely fearless? That's the question. Are you not afraid of anything? Because for the soul, death and birth do not exist. For the soul, fame and defamation don't exist. For the soul, praise and defamation don't exist. For the soul, happiness and sorrow don't exist. Yes, for the soul, the light and the dark don't exist. The soul is by nature, a being of eternity, happiness, lightness, peace, purity. So all these things exist outside. And if I am soul conscious, then I know that I never die. No one can insult me. Yes, and nobody can break my spirit. That is, nobody can take away my enthusiasm from me. Nobody can take away my happiness from me. Nobody can take away my peace from me, because that is my property. Yes, it is not conditional on the situations of this world. Right? So, this is what we call the power of soul consciousness. And how does this power come? So, you see that from the copper age, we have become body conscious. And now Baba is teaching us how to be soul conscious. So, first thing is, in soul consciousness, your self-image. How do you see yourself? So, when you say I, what is the image that comes to your mind? Is it the image of you, the star of light? Or is it the image of the body? So, first thing that we have to do to build soul consciousness is change your self-image to I am a star of light from I am this body. So when we take the course, it is always recommended that whenever you look at yourself in the mirror, you see yourself as the star between the eyes, which is wearing this costume called the body. And look at your beauty. Yes, so is the star more beautiful than the body, or the body more beautiful than the star? Which is more beautiful? Yes, a star is more beautiful. So Baba says, I am a soul, I am like the star, always shining, ever beautiful. So I have to change my self-image. So whenever you think about yourself, in your mind, who are you? Are you a shining star? Because you see, you are experiencing yourself also in your mind, correct? Where are you experiencing yourself? In your mind, right? So when you experience yourself in the mind, do you see yourself as a body or as a star of light? So that's where you have to correct the first thing, and knowing that you are not this body, and always seeing yourself as this small star. And there's this one sister, and she once narrated something very funny to me. And she said, Didi, I was going by metro and the metro was all packed. And then I needed a space, and everybody was sitting, and there was very little space, this much in between. And then I thought, I'm a star, so I can just fit into that space. And interestingly, I fit into that space. And it was very funny to hear, but this is the power of soul consciousness. And you cannot understand this example if you're body conscious. So it's your body is nothing. Your body is it doesn't matter if you're soul conscious. So Baba says that always know yourself as this very, very subtle star. A subtle, very, very subtle star I am. A star of light which is beyond the influence of sound and sights and death and everything. So you can so it's difficult to close the ears or close the nose, but when you're soul conscious, you know that the nose and the ears and the eyes are part of the body, and you can just be yourself without engaging with the body. So even when there is a sound that the body is hearing or something that's before the eyes of the body, you can just choose to be that subtle star which is beyond the influence of the sights and sounds of the world. So Baba says, just change this self-image. Just shift your sense of self to, I am this very subtle, eternal star. And so one aspect is, I am a star of light, and I am beautiful, and I am shining, and I am beyond the influence of this body. I am very subtle. Yes, so just like, you can, even when there is a lot of noise around, can you just close your door and sit and sleep in peace? Yes, you can do that with all the sound outside. You can just close your own door and sleep. Similarly, you have this mental switch where you can just close your doors of the eyes, ears, everything, and just be in peace within. So, you have this internal door, internal window, which you can just switch on and switch off. And Baba in the Murli always tells us that, you have an option to choose whether you want to engage with the body or not. You have an option to choose whether you want to hear the sounds or you see the sights, or whether you don't want to hear or see. And Baba says that build that soul consciousness. So, when you sit in the morning, so what is the time to create consciousness? So the time for all creation is Brahma Muhurat, Amrit Vela. So what do you do in Amrit Vela? You see yourself as this tiny point of light, very, very subtle, very detached from the body. And then that is the image of the star, right? Subtle and a star. But what is the quality of the star? So just like you see, you have this image of the body, and then you have qualities of the body also in your awareness. Yes, what are the qualities of the body in your awareness? That my body is fit or healthy or beautiful, or very flexible, or maybe I'm tall, I'm short, whatever. So Baba says similarly, what is the self-image of the soul? So I, the soul, am eternal. I, the soul, am peace. I'm happy. I'm joyful. I'm loveful. I'm pure. I'm powerful. So that's the image of the soul. So when you see yourself completely as you are. So you're not just you're not just a star. Yes, you're not just a star radiating physical light. Are you a laser light or a bulb light? No, you're not a bulb light. You're not a star like the star in the sky. You are a star of peace, a star of purity, a star of love, a star of power. So just see yourself, and you're eternal. So whenever you think about yourself in your mind or visualize yourself in your mind, you have to see yourself as this being of light, which is pure, powerful, blissful, loveful, happy, joyful. Yes, so this is how you have to create your self-image. And then another thing, I, the soul, have all the drama, everything that I have to do in this world, the part that I have to play, that is pre-recorded in me. Every part that you have to play is pre-recorded in me. Yes, do you understand this statement? That in this whole drama, you will never deal with anything for which you are not already prepared. Yes, so you are not dealing with anything new. You're not dealing with anything that you're not programmed to deal with. So I, the soul, have this whole part inside me, this whole recording, and whatever I have to do in any situation, in any scene of drama that manifests before me, I already have that part in me. Yes, but why is there this, why is there this confusion? Why is there this chaos when there is a scene in the drama? So, do you experience then that when there is a scene in the drama, you don't feel very sure about the scene instantly, and you feel like, what will I do, or how do I deal with this, or how do I, proceed in this? Why doesn't that clarity emerge all of a sudden? Because, we are body conscious, and you're thinking about the scene, you're thinking about the problem, you're not thinking about what do I need to do in this scene? You're not thinking about your powers, your virtues. You're not in soul consciousness. So, when in the face of a scene, you're soul conscious, that I, the soul, have the whole programming of how to deal with this scene inside me, and how do you get in touch with that soul consciousness? In silence. Yes, so when all the chatter of the outside world is not there, in your mind, when there is silence, then you can tap into that programming, that recording that is there in you. Yes, so you're destined to win in every situation. But how do you tap into that destiny? When you, in silence, you are detached from, when you're body conscious, you are attached to everything that is outside. But when you're soul conscious, in silence, when you think about yourself as that powerful being, God's child, who is adept and capable of dealing with anything and everything, then you will be able to figure out the solution in a second. So that's how you tap into the power of soul consciousness. So when you're soul conscious, at that time you have access to your original recording, you have access to Baba's powers, and in that state you can deal with everything, respond to everything accurately. So this is what being soul conscious means. But how do you become that? Again, in Amrit Vela, sit and practice. Start to see yourself as that pre-recorded CD, which is powerful, peaceful, loveful, happy, joyful. And in the start of the day, fill yourself with the enthusiasm that I am more powerful than everything that comes my way, and I have dealt with everything, every cycle, so what is new? So just come to this awareness and allow yourself. So another big factor which influences your consciousness or awareness is the drishti of others on you. Yes, so when somebody sees you as a body, when somebody sees you, somebody sees a weakness in you, then that also becomes part of your weakness. Have you seen that? Yes, somebody is looking at your height, or somebody is looking at your weight, or somebody is looking at your skin color, or somebody is looking at your educational qualification, and suddenly you also start becoming aware of that. Have you seen that? Yes. So this is how it happens. So it is very important, it is a very, very important part of soul consciousness, of building soul consciousness, that you always see yourself in the light of Baba's eyes. So never allow anybody's drishti to fall on you. Always stay in Baba's drishti. So there's this very beautiful thing in Hindi that when you are in Baba's nazar, then nobody's nazar falls on you. Yes, because when you are in Baba's canopy. Now what is Baba's canopy? So always see yourself as Baba's child. Always feel that Baba is looking at me, and always think in your mind about how Baba is seeing me rather than how everyone else is seeing me. Yes. So when you see yourself, so have you seen that? So there's this very interesting story about Akbar and Birbal, and once so these Akbar Birbal stories in India, we have a lot of witty stories of this kind. And in one of the stories, so Akbar asked Birbal, bring me the most beautiful child in the kingdom. And then Birbal brings one child, and that looks like far from being the most beautiful child of the kingdom. And then Akbar says, didn't you find better? Does this look like the most beautiful child of the kingdom to you? This is such an ugly child. And then Birbal says, just wait for a second. And then he calls his mother. And then the mother loves the child like anything. And the mother says, my most beautiful child, my most beloved child, my most Raja Bacha, and this and that. And the way the mother loves the child, Akbar says, yes, it looks like this is the most beautiful child of the kingdom. So you see that if you see from the mother's eyes, the child becomes beautiful. Yes. And similarly, I remember there was this one person I had met, and I saw that that person was into addiction and drugs and this and that, and very messed up. But when I met his sister, and the sister told me, and the sister had so much love in her heart for the brother. She said, my poor brother, and he dealt with this in life, and he dealt with that in life, and this happened and that happened, and because of this, he couldn't help it, and he became an addict. And she spoke with so much love about the brother that suddenly I also had love in my heart for that brother. So I couldn't see that he was into addiction. I saw him as a poor, helpless person who needs help. So that is the power of drishti. If you see someone from someone else's drishti also, your drishti changes on that person. So Baba says, why don't you try seeing yourself from my drishti? Just look at yourself the way I look at you. And how does Baba look at me? Yes, so Baba never looks at me as ordinary, and Baba doesn't look at me as somebody who is incapable or this or that. Baba looks at me as the most powerful, most worthy, the one who is going to be a king in Satyog, the one who is going to carry all the tasks in Sangam Yog. And what do you have to do? You have to just allow Baba's drishti to color your vision of yourself, and allow Baba's drishti, and when you allow Baba's drishti to color your vision of yourself, then you are capable of much more than you thought you are. Yes, so never reject. So when Baba says, Meethe bacche, don't say, I'm not meetha. When Baba says, you are the one who is going to be in the rosary of 8 or 108 or 16,108, don't say, no Baba, how will I be there? Just allow, this Hanji, Ji Baba, Ji Baba, Ji Baba. So whatever Baba tells you about yourself, accept it. That yes, Baba, this is me, and you know me better than myself. So who knows the child better, the parent or the child? Of course the parent. You don't even know how you were born, do you? You don't know. So when children are born, the parents make them sit and they say, when you were born, it was raining heavily, and at that time, we didn't get an auto or anything, or no facility, and it was very difficult to reach the hospital, and this and that. So you hear stories about yourself from the parent. So this is my parent, right? This is the parent of me, the soul. And whatever Baba tells about me is much more true than what I think about myself. And everybody wants to know their background story and where they come from and their lineage and what they are capable of by talking to their parents. And you also want to know what kind of a soul are you, what are your spiritual powers, what are your capacities from your spiritual father. So my Baba has come, and in order to build soul consciousness, always remain in Baba's drishti. Always see yourself like Baba sees you. Don't see yourself as others see you, because others see you like they are, but Baba sees you as you are. Yes, so others see you as they are. Yes, so there's a very beautiful saying, I am not what you think I am, you are what you think I am. Right? I am not what you think I am, you are what you think I am. So people are thinking about you in a manner which is befitting for them to think about themselves. So they think about you as they are, not as you are, but Baba sees you as you are. And when Baba speaks to me in the Murli, I have to say, Hanji, this is me. And only then can I become soul conscious, because only Baba knows the soul, only Baba sees the soul, only Baba knows I, the soul, in my eternity. So it's not just, Baba seeing me in this Sangam Yug, but Baba knows me through and through, Baba knows my Satyugi state, Baba knows my whole journey. And when Baba tells me that this is who you are, I accept that, yes, Baba, this is me. So the more you start, churning the Swadershan Chakra that Baba has given you. Do you ever think about the Swadershan Chakra? What is the Swadershan Chakra? It's something that gives you a clear vision of yourself. Swadershan. It makes you see yourself. So when you rotate the knowledge that Baba has given you, that you are this, this, this and this, you are this eternal shining star in the sky, soul world, and then you are a Satyugi deity, and then you are the one who is worship worthy, and then you are the one who will carry out God's task, and you are the one who will transition into an angel. So when you start thinking about what Baba tells about you, you start becoming soul conscious. And soul conscious stage is a very powerful stage. It's a stage free from any vices, any negativity, any weakness, and not even the fear of death. It's a very, very powerful stage to be in. And Baba says, when you're soul conscious, then you draw power from Baba. So just like, when you're body conscious, you have natural connection with the world, right? When you're body conscious, so when you're body conscious, do you have to think that, oh, my reports came today, I have to feel sad because I have this disease, and I have to feel fearful because maybe something can go wrong with the disease? No, you don't have to think like that, You get the report and it starts making you tremor. Why? Because you're body conscious. So anything that happens to the body happens to you, right? But when you're soul conscious, then you have a natural connection with Baba. And then whatever Baba has starts becoming part of you. So this is the difference between, so when you are body conscious, you are like this with the whole world. And when you're soul conscious, you're like this with Baba. So it is the consciousness that matters. Yes. And have you seen that, let's say, so I remember, there was this one lady and she said that my husband cheated on me and I cannot live with him another second. So I said, okay, when did he start cheating on you? So she said, it's been 7 years. So I said, and when did you find out? So she said, today. So I said, okay, so you could stay with him 7 years lovingly. He was cheating on you, right? So it's not the cheating, it's the consciousness that's the problem. Yes, now you're conscious that he cheated. So that's the problem. So do you understand the power of consciousness? So whatever you're conscious about, it starts affecting you. So the cheating was happening earlier also, but now it's part of your consciousness, so it affects you. So sometimes, there is a disease, but you don't know, it was not diagnosed. There is pain, but there is no botheration. Yes? There is pain because of the disease, but you don't bother. But the moment you figure out that there is a disease, it starts bothering you. Because now it's part of your consciousness. So it's all about the consciousness. That's why Baba says that being soul conscious is the most important. You are a soul anyway. I am your father anyway. These are eternal truths. But now you have to be conscious that I am a soul. I am like this, and this is my father. My quality is like my father's quality, not like my Lokik father's quality. Okay, so this is how you have to practice, build soul consciousness. The most important aspect is soul consciousness. That is why the first chapter is you are a soul. And because we don't understand we are a soul, that is why we are not able to transition from being a faryadi to somebody who has yad. So, we are still praying, we are not meditating. Why? Because in body consciousness you pray, in soul consciousness you meditate. Yes? Why do you pray in body consciousness? Because in body consciousness, Baba is the giver and your relationship is with this body, with this old world. So you're begging Baba that, make all this all right. This is what happens when you're body conscious. And when you're soul conscious, then you are a soul. Your life is Baba, your world is Baba. So you remember Baba with love. You are not concerned about whatever is happening here. You are not wanting to remember Baba so that Baba sets anything right here. Baba is your everything and you want just your relationship with Baba to be right. And you see that in yesterday's Murli, Baba said something very beautiful. Baba said that I come and give you this fruit of Gyan because you have done Sato Pradhan Bhakti and what is Sato Pradhan Bhakti? Sato Pradhan Bhakti is when you remembered God out of pure love. Yes, and then Bhakti became all about, God being the source and this old world being your aim. So God was not the aim later. The aim was God should give this, this and this and make this world better. Because the aim was prapti or material comforts in this world. But Baba says now you have to again transition into, I am a soul and Baba is my everything. Baba is not a means, Baba is the end. Yes, so in bhakti, in prayer, Baba is the means, and in meditation, Baba is the end. Baba is everything, Baba is my world, and I remember Baba with a lot of love. I don't even remember Baba to go to Satyug. I remember Baba because he is my father, my dear loving father, my eternal companion, my everything. And that meditation is what fills you. because anything that is done with a selfish motive will never be able to fill you. Okay, so think about these aspects of the soul and create your self image. It's not the gyan, it's the self image and the relationship experience and this love for Baba that you experience based on this soul consciousness. Okay, Om Shanti.